SQ, can you please come to the meeting room?
All right, coming.
Yes. Hey, so remember you gave me feedback on one of my first episodes and you said that the camera can be seen in the reflection and some people like invisible camera work?
Yep.
I need your help with that. Can you please stand somewhere to this side, right here? Okay, and now that the picture is flawless and camera can be seen, we can start the vlog. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 3 of SaaS Marketing vlog, where I'm casually sharing what is happening in our marketing department. And in this episode we're going to discuss how we're adding videos to our feature pages, how we're going to revamp our actual homepage, how we're translating our blog into many other languages, and a small throwback to our marketing meeting in Barcelona. And at the very end of the episode, there will be a contest as always. So let's go! So it is a good practice in SaaS marketing and actually online marketing in general to create dedicated pages on your website that would talk about specific products that you're offering, specific services that you're offering, or in our case, specific tools and features that you're offering. Those dedicated pages are good because first of all, you don't want to cram everything on your homepage. So if your prospective customers want to learn more about something, they will just click and go to a dedicated page about it. Second, if you have a blog and you're talking about a specific feature, again, you need a point of reference where you would send those people. And third, if you want to rank in Google and get traffic from Google for the things that your company is doing, for the services that you have, for the tools that you're offering, you better have dedicated pages for those so that those pages would rank in Google and bring you traffic. So for that reason, we have quite a few dedicated pages that talk about different features and tools in Ahrefs. And basically what those landing pages are, just like a headline that would talk about what tool we are going to discuss, and then we would have a bunch of text and screenshots to basically explain what tool or feature we are talking about. But the other day I was browsing websites of other tools and services in our competitive space, and I noticed that one of these companies was actually placing screencast videos on the landing pages of their tools and features. And those screencasts were pretty short and succinct, and they basically showcase the functionality of the tool or feature without necessarily you having to go and read the text and figure out your way in those screenshots. I thought it was a brilliant idea, so I offered our video guy Sam O to create those dedicated tutorials, short tutorials for each of our 5 main tools in Ahrefs, which he did, and we embedded those videos onto our landing pages. Speaking of the performance of those videos, let me show you a screenshot of from our Vistia account to show you how many views we got so far. And for example, 2100 views in 5 weeks for Site Explorer video. It's not too much actually, but if you think of it the other way, that all people who actually care to click a video and watch it are high quality leads and we're giving them a comprehensive overview of what the tool is about, I think it becomes quite a good number of people who are interested in our service and they got a nice overview. So the numbers might not seem too big, but if I could go back in time and make a decision to not create those videos knowing how many views we're going to get, I would still create them because I still think this is a good usability and I still think that the people who actually clicked on those videos and watched them to better understand what our tools are all about and how to use them got tremendous value out of them, and it helped them to convert to our service. And speaking of the performance, I haven't told you this before, we don't have Google Analytics installed on our website. This is one of the topics for future episodes of the show. But yeah, so we don't know how many visits we get on our landing pages in total, so we cannot calculate the CTR of those videos. But again, I think the way we are showing those videos on our landing pages right now is a little bit too subtle, so we could probably do a slightly better job of creating a little larger play button to motivate more people to watch those videos if they're not interested in just skimming text and looking at screenshots. So I just told you how we are improving the dedicated landing pages of different tools and features that we have in Ahrefs. But the thing is, we haven't updated the actual homepage of Ahrefs.com, I think in 3 years, and the original version of the homepage was created by yours truly, and I don't consider myself to be a professional copywriter. In fact, it would be an insult to professional copywriters to call myself a copywriter. So for that reason, we decided that we want like 3 years. It's about time that we do a revamp of our homepage. Basically, we have 3 goals that we want to achieve with creating a new homepage for Ahrefs.com. First of all, we want to change the look and feel. We want to adjust the design and how we structure it, because a lot of people make a decision to sign up to a certain tool based on their emotions and their overall perceptions, if this tool or service, if it looks trustworthy, if it looks trendy, if it looks modern, etc. The second thing is the main message of the company that our homepage conveys. I think right now the messaging is a little bit outdated, so we could do a better job of tailoring the message on our homepage to the actual values and goals of our company in general. And third, the details of our service. Like I said, if people want to learn the specifics of different tools and features that we have dedicated landing pages for that, but still the homepage should be comprehensive enough to tell people as much as we think they need to know about our company to make a decision. So we should make sure that all the important details, that all important bells and whistles would be on our homepage, and they would make people to make a decision. And like I said, I'm not a professional copywriter, and I figured that if we want to do a world-class job on our homepage, we need to invite a world-class professional who has experience doing homepages for different SaaS companies. And I actually asked on Twitter for recommendations so that my followers would recommend me some good agencies or freelance copywriters who would be interested to help us create a new homepage, and I got quite a few recommendations. I will leave a link to those recommendations below in the description of this video. And actually, as I started talking to those people and figuring out what's their process and what it involves to create a new homepage for a SaaS company, it's actually an interesting and a very time-consuming, resource-consuming process. And actually, my tweets inspired Joe Kletke to write an entire article on how to hire a conversion copywriter or how to work with conversion copywriters. So I will also link to it in the description. Make sure to check it out. So to cut the long story short, it was super hard for me to pick the best freelancer or agency out of the bunch. So I asked our CEO and founder Dmitry if he can give me the budget to work with 3 different people, because I was super interested to learn from them. There are quite a few people whose work I respect. I've been following them for a while, so I got buy-in from Dmitry, I got permission from Dmitry to work with 3 different copywriters and see what each of those copywriters, what each of those agencies would come up with, what would be their process for doing research, what would be their process for ideation, what kind of information they would be able to get out of me, out of our team, to be able to reflect it on our homepage. So that stuff is super interesting to me, so I'm super excited to work with 3 people. And this is the point of these vlogs actually, because going forward I'm going to share some of my experience and what I've learned working with not 1 professional copywriter but 3 professional copywriters on revamping Ahrefs.com homepage. I hope it would be interesting to you guys. So in the past few years we did a pretty decent job with our blog. If you put our blog URL into Ahrefs and look at the organic search traffic that we're getting, this year we actually reached a checkpoint. We crossed 250,000 page views from Google alone, so this is quite an achievement. But then if you look at where the traffic is coming from, you'll see that the majority of our traffic is coming from US and other English-speaking countries. So we figured there's actually a super low-hanging fruit for us, and that is translating our blog to different languages. And that is a low-hanging fruit for at least 2 reasons. First of all, the competition for all those keywords that we're ranking for in the English-speaking internet is much lower if you go to Spanish, or if you go to French, or if you go to Italian. This is the first thing. And second thing, the content is already there. We already put all those tremendous work, tremendous effort into creating best-in-class content in our industry, and all we need to do right now is to translate it into another language, and we have a perfect article published. So yeah, we started doing this, and because at Ahrefs, like I said, our marketing team is quite small and the entire Ahrefs team is like 50 people overall. So we wanted to stay lean and efficient, and we didn't want to hire a dedicated person to work on our Italian blog, to work on our German blog, to work on our Spanish blog, etc. So we decided that the best way for us, without spending too much resources, is to crowdsource that. So what we did, we have a Facebook community, and we asked our Facebook community if anyone who is native in Italian, German, Spanish and whatnot to become official translator of our blog, and we would supply them with free access to Ahrefs in exchange to like X amount of articles per month. I don't remember how many articles we promised them, but that's the point. And we have only one person in our team who is responsible for managing the whole process of translating our articles into Chinese, Russian, German, Spanish, Italian. So yeah, 5 languages. Actually, it's handled by 2 people because Chinese blog is handled by a different person than those other languages. But still, we decided that translating our blog to other languages with the help of our community is super efficient and super effective, and we don't need to bloat our marketing team to make it happen. So yeah, we just started translating our blog into different languages, and only like a few articles are translated in each language. But if you take those blogs, the URLs of those blogs in different languages, and put it to Ahrefs to see what kind of traffic they're getting and what's the trajectory of growth, it looks quite promising. We also added links to all blogs at the bottom of our homepage for some SEO value, so that Google would start crawling those blogs in different languages. And yeah, the next step is basically to scale this. So we have one person responsible for all blogs in different languages, and his job is to employ more of our community members so that they would translate articles from our blog at a higher pace. And the final thing that I wanted to share with you guys is our small meetup of our marketing team in Barcelona. So the majority of our marketing team is remote. So I'm here in Singapore, and I have 3 people from the marketing department working with me. So other 7 people are working remotely, and we don't get to meet each other that often because Josh is working from UK, Sam is working from Canada, Nick is working from Ukraine. And yeah, this summer we decided that we should just meet somewhere in Europe, because this is the most convenient place for all of us to come together, and just rent a co-working space and work there for a while and also hang out with each other. I think if your team is remote, it is absolutely essential for you to meet once in a while, at least for 2 reasons. First of all, some projects would simply move faster if your communication is not impeded by anything. For example, we have 12-hour difference with Sam, so when he works I sleep, when I work he sleeps, so it is hard to communicate fast, and whenever we get together we can get some projects out of the way super fast. And second, it is just to meet each other in their flesh and better actually understand people's personalities, people's boundaries. For example, in our marketing department, we like to troll each other a lot and meet in person in real life, and hanging out with them, getting into different situations and talking to them helps you better understand their boundaries and how far you can go with trolling them, with joking with them, and how they respond to feedback and all those things. But yeah, who am I lying to? We just met in Barcelona and we were hanging out in bars and we were having a good time and we were just hanging out like friends. So it was just awesome experience overall, aside from work-related stuff. Okay, congratulations, you've made it till the end of episode 3, and as always, I'm giving out a 30-minute consultation with me if you're interested to talk with me about your business, about your SaaS, or about your SEO. So what you need to do is leave a comment under this video. It can be a fun comment, you can troll me about something, it can be a valuable comment, you can add to the things that I was discussing, or you can actually argue with me, argue with some of the things that I was sharing. It doesn't matter, but if I like your comment, actually please add hashtag Team30 so that I would know that you not just leaving a comment but want a consultation with me. So yeah, please add hashtag Team30 and I would know that you are enrolling to participate in the giveaway of 30-minute consultation with me. That's it. I'm looking forward to your comments and I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you in the next one.